We on Bel Air now, man. Check this out, man.
We on Bel Air now.
Man.
Oh, God. Y'all know the videos.
Me and my mom and them got kicked out the spot, man. We came with my auntie and them right down the street. My auntie and my uncle Ricky, man. That's why I met Juju. Yeah, Juvie with the Tui. Niggas just come out here shooting BB guns at niggas and shit on my mama. Niggas got older, niggas, you feel me? Niggas from the same set down, niggas ganging. It's the block, boy.
What if I told you one of Northern California's most explosive rap movements wasn't built in a studio, but in a neighborhood? That the sound coming out of Southeast Stockton wasn't created by industry executives, but by a tight-knit brotherhood trying to survive the same streets they rapped about. And that one of the main voices of that movement had to become a leader before he was ready, because the people guiding him were taken too soon. This is the story of EBK Young Joc, the heartbeat of Nightingale, a key piece of the EBK Hotboiiz, and one of the last ones left standing to carry the torch. Before the millions of streams, before the viral videos, before EBK became a household name in NorCal rap, there was Nightingale. Southeast Stockton has always had its own identity, different from the Bay, different from Sacramento, different even from the rest of the Central Valley. It's a place where reputation matters, loyalty is everything, and music often becomes an escape from a harsh reality. Out of that environment came a group of young artists who would eventually reshape the region's sound, the EBK Hotboiiz. At the center of it all was a lineup of voices that balanced each other perfectly. EBK Osama, one of the original founders and brother of EBK Jaaybo, the rising star with undeniable momentum. EBK Juvie Ju, the gritty street voice. EBK Dirk, raw, aggressive, and unapologetic. EBK Trey B, a consistent presence helping round out the crew. And right in the middle of the energy was EBK Young Joc. Alongside him was Young Slo-Be, the big brother of the group, a steady presence within EBK who helped guide the movement, keep things organized, and make sure everyone stayed locked in when things around them felt chaotic. If Slobe was the brain of the movement, Jock was the heart. He brought the intensity, the animated delivery, the charisma, the contagious confidence. While Stockton had produced rappers before, this crew forced the world to look directly at Nightingale. Early on, local coverage mattered. Rap Shack, a Sacramento-based media production company, was among the first to spotlight EBK, helping document their rise before bigger platforms took notice. Not long after, Thizzler on the Roof stepped in, amplifying EBK records, videos, and moments once the movement began crossing city lines, especially after collaborations with Sacramento artists like Bris caught attention. But the movement still needed a spark to push it beyond the 209. That spark would come from Sacramento. In Northern California rap, connections change careers, and for EBK Young Joc, one of the most important connections came in the form of Bris, known for his sharp delivery, unmistakable style, and records like Panhandling and the cult favorite 1042 tape with G-Man. When Bris tapped in with EBK Young Joc and the Hotboiiz, it wasn't just another feature, it was a bridge between two cities. Songs like Jokes Up, Stupid Kid, and 2142 started circulating everywhere. The EBK movement was no longer just a local Stockton story, it was regional. Bris genuinely believed in Jock and the crew. Jock would later call Bris his best friend.
Now, you were real close to Bris, right?
Yeah, that was my best friend.
Best friend.
I'm good.
How'd y'all meet?
I got out of jail one day, and you feel me? I used to listen to that nigga shit. I got out of jail. I'm going through my shit. Like, we just barely start rapping. We made Sweet Lady and shit, you feel me? He like, hey, yo, what's up, bro? I come back to the studio, I show all my niggas, like, bro, look, dude just hit me. They like, nigga, call that nigga. I hit the, you know, the little FaceTime thing on Instagram, called him. Same day I called him, same day I got out, he pulled up. Him and his niggas, they pulled up. We got in the studio. You know, niggas started doing their little shit. We shot a video, like, the night after. Everybody else from SAC came down there and shit. We started fucking with it. And from there on, that's how I'm in. We was just locked in.
Around this same time, EBK's momentum was building fast. YouTube numbers rising, social media buzzing, and Thizzler consistently pushing the movement forward. One of the clearest ways that growth showed was through EBK Young Joc's repeated appearances in the Thizzler ciphers. In 2019, Jock stepped into his first cipher as the energetic young voice.
Dog said he know me, but I don't think so. Pop up at your spot, knock, knock, ding dong. I feel you looking, might just up it at your peephole. It ain't no going back and forth, this ain't ping pong.
For a lot of people outside Stockton, this was their first real look at him. He didn't sound polished yet, but he sounded hungry. His 2021 and 2022 cipher appearances only further cemented his spot. This wasn't just momentum anymore. This was responsibility. What started as exposure had turned into expectation. But in Northern California street rap, momentum is fragile, and success always comes with pressure. In June 2020, tragedy struck. Bris was killed. His death didn't just shake Sacramento, it left a void in Northern California rap. And for EBK, that moment became a turning point. With Bris gone, the spotlight didn't disappear, it shifted, and EBK Young Joc stepped into it. This was when Jock truly had his moment. Records like Real Mafia were among the first EBK songs to really move, not as features, not as cosigns, but as a lead voice coming straight out of Nightingale.
Hey, play the beat, bro, let me talk about my life. Since 13, I've been playing with these pipes, and you better have one up top if you stopping at that light.
EBK wasn't chasing momentum anymore, they were creating it. This was the opening, and Jock ran straight through it. By 2021, EBK's presence was undeniable. Views were climbing, shows were getting louder, but just as EBK was hitting a new stride, Young Joc went down, locked up in 2021 going into 2022. And once again, the movement was tested. Jock was suddenly removed from the streets. For a movement built on momentum, this was the kind of moment that could slow everything down. Instead, it forced someone else to step up. With Jock locked up, as well as EBK Jaaybo at the same time, the spotlight was primarily on Young Slo-Be. This was when I Love You began to take off. The record started circulating heavily, resonating across Stockton, Sacramento, and beyond, becoming one of the most recognizable records to date.
Do you love me, baby? I know you love me, baby. Yeah, I cheated on you, can you trust me, baby? I have 2 kids with me, now you stuck with me, baby.
While Jock was behind the walls, Slobe was outside carrying the movement forward with consistent releases. This stretch, late 2021 into 2022, marked Slobe's true ascension, not as a replacement, not as a takeover, but as the big brother holding the line. If Jock was the heart of EBK, this was the moment Slobe became the backbone. When Jock finally came home, the brothers were back together, momentum restored, energy aligned. And then everything changed.
In what would be his last post on his verified Instagram profile, rapper Young Slo-Be is seen visiting a Stockton business where his sweatshirts and t-shirts were sold.
In August 2022, Young Slo-Be was killed in Manteca. This wasn't just another loss. Slo-Be was the glue, the mentor, the voice of reason, the one who shaped EBK's direction when others couldn't. Within 2 years, Jock lost his closest friend and creative partner in Bris, his big homie and movement leader in Young Slo-Be. There was no longer someone standing next to him guiding the way. Now, Jock had to step forward. Grief can break a person or reshape them. For EBK Young Joc, it became fuel. Instead of fading, he went harder. He began dropping records that carried a different weight, songs like Need Love and Top Op. These weren't just high-energy Stockton anthems. They were statements that EBK wasn't dead, that Nightingale was still alive, that Jock wasn't just a member anymore, he was becoming a leader. Where the younger version of Jock thrived on adrenaline, the newer version moved with intention, more calculated, more focused, more aware of legacy. Every release felt like a dedication, to Bris, to Slobe, and to the brothers who never got to see how far the movement would go. And year by year, Jock stepped deeper into the role that was left behind. Today, EBK Young Joc represents more than himself. He represents survival. Survival of a legacy built by people who aren't here anymore. What started as a group of kids from Southeast Stockton became a defining era of NorCal rap. And Jock is one of the main reasons that story is still being written. The EBK Hotboiiz began as a brotherhood. Through pain, perseverance, and millions of views later, EBK Young Joc is making sure it becomes a dynasty. And as long as his voice is heard, EBK will never be forgotten. If you enjoyed this story, do us a favor. Like the video, drop a comment, and hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on our most recent releases.